Hello and welcome back to the Drayton Manor Resort. My name's Matt, this is the Coaster Giant channel, and today is very exciting. We have a new train on the new Intamin lift and launch roller coaster here at Drayton Manor. So we're being held back by this fence over at the top of the hill. We usually stand over in that corner, so we can't get any closer, but we can see, how exciting is this, that there are two train cars on the track, and it looks like they're about to, or they are gonna do a coal clearance test. You can see it on the train in the front there. It's got all the clearance testing kit on it. That just checks that there's plenty of space around the coaster when it's going around the track, and if everyone's got their hands up, they're not going to hit anything on the trees and stuff. But yeah, this is the first look. There's trains on the track. They're all wrapped up, so we can't see how they're themed. But I can see a little bit of like wood panelling just popping out of that wrapping. But yeah, this is very exciting. There's two trains on there at the minute linked together. I don't know if that's how long the trains are going to be. I would have thought they'd be a little bit longer, but it looks like 3 rows per train, so 12 people per train at the minute. So here's another look. I reckon this machine could be ready to help with the pull through. You can see that there's winches tied to this tractor that go up to the track and then onto the train. So this could be moving any minute. It's just so exciting. And look, that bit of track's been completed as well now, so you can, where the train is, it will swoop down up onto the switch track and into that launch section. So just from the bottom of the hill, you can see where the train is there at the back. It looks like they're doing something underneath the train at the minute before they start pulling it through. So we'll have a little wander around the site. But you can see over there, there is a nice big wooden building. I don't even think that's the station. I think that's towards the bottom of the lift hill, but that's all been clad in wood. We'll have a look. We can get inside the park today because it is open for Mother's Day in Thomasland and the zoo, so let's go and see if we can get a closer look from inside the park. Just look at these views from outside Sleipnir, all up on the hillside behind Jormungandr. We've got all this track weaving around. Oh, it's looking very, very good. There's another shot of the trains up there. Okay, since my last visit, this massive station building has popped up. You can just see it through the trees next to Jormungandr. But that is looking huge. It's really tall. It's almost as tall as the lift hill, that first section there. So yeah, we're getting a big station, and just through there you can see, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's like where all the electrics and all the power and everything goes to, but there's like a building that just looks like a shack. Unless that's part of the queue line, maybe. Who knows? But that's quite a big building just to like house all of the electrics and stuff. It's just at the bottom of the lift hill. But it'd be really cool if we'd got some walk-through sections in the queue line. Oh, all I've done so far is walk through Vikings, and I already feel like a kid in a sweet shop. We just walked around to the Flying Dutchman. That's all been built back up, ready for the main season. And then look at the size of this station building. It's really, really imposing on the landscape here. And I was a bit worried about having like a big station right at the front of the land like this. But it looks really good. I like how it's angled. And yeah, like that first top bit there, like that bit, it's literally as tall as the lift hill, which you just see through the trees over there. So yeah, this is going to be, I reckon it's going to be a really well themed, big building right in the centre of this area. I can smell new paint. And look at this. This is huge. You all know how tall these fences are. Like, I can't even reach or see over them. And you've just got this massive station building that's like, that wasn't there like what, 3 weeks ago when I was last here, so they've built that really fast. I would say maybe the trains that are on the track will be a bit longer. That station looks like it's got room for at least 3 or 4 cars in the train. And as well as the main station building, there's this big section being built off to the side as well. Oh, I'm very, very, very excited today. This is so cool to see. As well as that, just standing over in this area, it looks like this has all been painted up. So I'm sure this wasn't brown before, and it definitely feels like it fits more in with a mining theme. Yeah, this station, it's all dark around the top, all brown around the bottom, and I can smell paint. I reckon Accelerator's being re-themed up too. Yeah, this definitely wasn't brown before. I'll get some before photos, but it's definitely all been painted up. I'm guessing to fit in with the new mining theme area. So on Sunday the 17th of March, which is next weekend, the new area opens. The coaster doesn't open then, but yeah, the new area opens and the ride's in there. So we'll be able to get up there past these fences and see all of these extremely well themed new buildings, which now stretch down not only to the 4D theatre, which is looking fantastic, but right around the corner as well. So, and we can see paintwork on just the sections around the corner as well, so it looks like this area is really going to stretch out. Accelerator has been totally repainted. We've got some wooden effects added to the outside. It looks still like work in progress. I don't know if this is a temporary overlay or whether this is what they're going with. It's very brown, but yeah, it's all been done to match in with the new Western mine themed area. So yeah, we can see here actually, it was green, they're painting it brown. They've put this wood cladding on. I wasn't sure what that was before. But I think if they just remove all these bits of theming on the top of the buildings and maybe clad all the metalwork on the edges in wood, it would fit the mining theme quite well. Oh my god, next week we'll get a great view of all of this. We'll be able to get into this area, but you can see there's a jail, there's a sheriff's, there's a bank, and there's this really nice like turquoisey green colour building full of wooden details. Oh, I'm so excited for next week. Okay, let's get in this queue line for Accelerator. Oh my god, it stinks of paint. I feel like this was just painted this week. So they haven't ripped out any of this yet. I'm not sure how this original like stuff can be re-themed. It's very brown. Still got all the tie marks. And we've still got the garage theme. So yeah, still I think very much a work in progress for the start of the season. And we've still got all this section. I was worried this was all going to have been ripped out, but obviously not. I'm not sure what they're going to do in here and how it's going to be themed up. It can easily be themed up to a mine theme, I guess. But it would kind of be a shame to see all this amazing theming going. Who knows what's going to happen. So, just been on Accelerator, you can't really see much other than the station building and the new theming that's been added to the building behind it. What we did see was that the whole stretch of that station has got air gates in it. You can just see them just here. So I think that points to the train being 3 to 4 cars long, definitely. So yeah, that'll be the loading on the right. You'll get off and come down them steps on the left, so the exit will just be behind the back of Accelerator. Which points to the fact that the queue line could go through whatever this is being built on the side, and maybe even that building back through there. We were promised theming in the queue line, so that would be really cool to see. So it actually looks like the building repaints does extend all the way around the corner, right down that street all the way to the zoo. There is just too much to see. It's like been 3 weeks since we were last here. And since we were last here, not only has all that happened on the construction site, but Fun Foods that's in the middle of the park has had a major fascia change. So it's all been changed to a nice wood finished. They've got a new sign, not too keen on the sign, but it's looking very fresh. So when we were here just a couple of weeks ago, the games building over there was all being painted up. It's now all been totally re-themed. There's new theming around the top. All the posts have been painted up. There's fish on it. It's all been done to match in exactly the same as the Wave Swinger. So on my last visit, the Pirate Adventure was looking a little bit worse for wear, where part of the turret to the right hand side there had collapsed. Now it's good to see that they're actually doing something to fix it up. It would have been awful to have seen that just left for the season, but they've tried, they've put some wood panelling around, they've shaped it to the same as the top of the rest of it. So a nice little fix up job that I'm sure they weren't intending to have to do this year, but it's nice to see them conscious of the appearance of the park and putting the work in where it's needed. So we're just outside Thomasland and looking over at what was Shockwave, the 1994 stand-up coaster here at Drayton Manor. Now recently, actually in the last week, they've announced that their new version of this ride will be called The Wave. They've been teasing things online and they have shown us what the new train's going to look like. So it's going to be sit down with a lap bar, and it looks like there's some like shin restraints on there as well. Been assured that these kind of trains that are made by Ace Engineering are very comfortable by people that have ridden them in the past, so I'm really excited to try this. We haven't seen any testing. We haven't even seen if the train is actually on the track yet. I was hoping to see it testing today, but we'll see. There's no news of when it's actually going to open either. I doubt it's going to be ready for next weekend on the pass holder day, but I have seen lots of other rides testing. So we've seen the Wave Swinger, we've just seen Maelstrom testing as well. There's lots of staff training going on all around the areas as well. So my hopes are high that next Sunday, pretty much everything in the park is going to be open, apart from the Wave. So with Fun Foods all being rethemed on the outside and having all the wood cladding taking place, does that mean that the new area is actually going to start from here, just outside the castle bar now? And there's something in the plans are here that could be some kind of foundation, maybe for a new sign or entrance portal to the area. It would kind of make sense because you've got, as you cross over this bridge, you've got Fun Foods that's been clad in all of the wood effect, and that wood effect continues all the way up the main street. Accelerators being painted brown. The ops booth for the Flying Dutchman has also been painted brown, so it looks like this new area could literally start here and work all the way up that hill and then all the way into the zoo too. Okay, since this morning the train has moved. They pulled it all the way back to that section just over there. I'm trying to hold an umbrella because it's absolutely soaking wet here today with rain, but yeah, it's just making its way back around to, I think, the lift hill section. They're just putting all the ties back onto it to try and pull it a little bit more, so might just wait here for a couple of minutes to see if that train starts to move. We have a moving train, very slow, but it is moving. So there's the trains. Bit closer here, you can see that clearance envelope, bit of kit on the train just to make sure that it doesn't hit anything. They're moving it very slowly, they're kind of moving it and then letting it roll back again, but it's very cool to see. Just one last look at the trains being pulled through the track. There's definitely 3 rows on each one. They're definitely fixed underneath as well. There's lots of different rumours circulating. Even though the park has said that there won't be spinning trains, there's still being things circulating, but you can see they're very much fixed trains. And all that's underneath is the bit that comes into contact with the launch tyres. So we just crossed over to the other side of the lake just to see if we can see anything of the Wave's new train. We can see, which you probably can't, one yellow bar. It's in the maintenance shed at the minute, but it is confirmation that the train is definitely on the track and being worked on. The lights are on in that section as well. Yeah, so that's on the transfer track in the maintenance shed right next to the ride station. So it can't be too long now before we see this ride testing. So I was hopeful that at this top end of the park where looks like the maintenance track and where the launch is mid-course, was hopeful that there'd be a building, but I can't see anything yet. Last time I was here, I'm sure we saw foundations each side of the track for a potential building to go in. But yeah, there's nothing happening yet. And when you look at this track that's now been installed here, next to the maintenance, that's very, very close to that maintenance track, which would make it really hard to get a building wrapped around it. It's even going to look impressive up here when that station's finished. It's a massive building. Oh, I can't wait to get on this ride. Just really hoping that they do put a building over the top of that launch, which is just there where my finger is. That's where the launch will be. I think it'd be really cool if you go in some kind of show scene, stop and then shoot out of it backwards. So Claire just pointed out that these pallets here are the ones that would have been had the trains on, so the trains would have been delivered on these pallets, and just through there you can see one of the little bumpers that go on the end of the train underneath the seats. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, we can't get any closer than this, unfortunately. So over at the compound where the track and everything was being stored, as you can see, it's all empty. There is no track, no supports, it's all in place now. The one thing we have spotted is there's some theming over there. Now I'm pretty sure that is actually theming that used to be used around Shockwave and the Klondike gold mine. There's one thing I've been interested about as to how much of the old theming from them rides will reappear if they kept any of it in the new area. But yeah, this is very, very empty now. There are some other boxed up new trains just over there, but you can't see anything. They're all completely wrapped up and on pallets. So there's no point in going snooping over there. I don't think we should be over there anyway. But yeah, this site's empty. So all we need to do now is see that train testing. There's loads of bark over there, which I'm guessing is ready to for when the land's being landscaped under the coaster. And then we just need to see all them theming elements get added. I hope there's a bit more than just 2 little train track things. So that is it for another construction update here from the Drayton Manor Resort. We're not far off now, I don't think, from seeing these trains testing properly, which is very exciting. As I've already mentioned, I'll be back next week. We'll be able to check out what's going on in the new area. So the Haunting and the other rides in that area will be open next weekend. And we'll get some great new views of the coaster that we haven't seen yet, which is exciting. I just can't believe the amount of stuff that's going on this close season and this year at Drayton Manor. Not only have we got that massive new coaster, we've got 3 rethemed rides in that area. All the buildings have been rethemed. We've got a new train on Shockwave with extra theming elements apparently. And there's just like loads of painting up work going on around the park. We've got Terrence's driving school moved back to Thomasland. There's just loads going on. It's a massive year for investment. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. Next week I'll be back to get you all of them new views from inside the new Western Theme Land. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.